All right, the last exercise for now in creating basic people out of watercolor, and that is adding shadows. Now, one thing that is worth noting is that the shadow part always comes from your light source. So making sure you have a really clear idea of where the light source is coming from is going to shape or affect what the shadows do, right? Because they're always going to be relative to the light source. The light that's coming in, like a sunset or a sunrise, is going to create very long shadows because it's coming in at a long angle. So I'm going to just divide this up into two different scenes, right? This scene, we're going to have a light that's coming in from off where we can see. So the light somewhere over here and it's pointing this way. And then in this scene, the light, we're going to pretend that the light is like that, somewhere above our scene, but in the center of it, okay? And that's going to matter. So we've got a light source that's over here, and then we've got a light source that's here, but that is radiating light out in a multitude of directions towards us. So let's take a look at the first one. We'll break it down and keep it real simple. I'm going to, again, break my carrot people up here just to make it easier, but the same thing would apply if we were doing it in a group. So make my carrot person, right? Make another carrot person. We'll move a carrot person back by just raising where their feet are. We'll bring another person forward by lowering where their feet are. So bearing in mind that our light is coming in from off whatever this scene is, and it's from the left-hand side, it's going to be hitting these folks, and they're going to be blocking the light. So our shadows are going to move in that direction. And the easiest way to do this is to take your brush, put it down where the feet are, and drag your brush across. The lower the light, the longer the shadow is going to be. Now here we're spilling into this second person. But the shadow is always going to be based on that figure, and it kind of grounds them in the scene. So this person's shadow would go behind that person, but it would just keep going. And very quickly you can see, I think, these start looking like people in a place. One thing that is worth noting, you'll see different artists do this in different ways, but some people won't even connect the shadow to the feet. They'll just gesture that there are feet somewhere there by leaving a little space. And that works fine too. Totally fine. So that's basic shadow, following the light angle. But what if we wanted to get more complex with? So the light is behind all of these folks, pointing towards us, pointing towards where we are viewing this painting. Because the light is behind where these figures are, it's going to be hitting them and casting their shadow towards us. So what we would do with that, the easiest one is the one that's directly above it, right? So this person, the light's going to hit them and their shadow is going to be cast down. But largely down. This person, the farther you get from the center of it, the light's going to radiate out. So this person over here, their shadow is going to come at an angle. Same thing with this person. And obviously the shape of the shadow is going to follow the shape of the form above it. I'm just drawing them in as lines, but they would be inverted carrots here. I don't think you need to worry about drawing the head too specifically or anything like that. Again, these are pretty loose figures. But that's how you can quickly take perspective and add it in to your shadow. So that's the last of the 6 exercises I've got for making carrot people, from basic proportions to drawing the carrot to carrot clumps, adding some basic perspective, adding colors, and then adding shadows in. I think if you practice those many, many, many times, you're going to get a lot more comfortable with creating some loose people in your paintings.